I don't know how to do an intro, but hi, I'm Anushka and this is my first video. One thing that you should know about me is that I love rom-coms, be it books, movies, TV shows, anything with a rom-com in it, and I will like it. So you can predict what I did when I found Prajakta Kohli released a new book called Too Good to Be True. I read it and I have some thoughts. English मेरा first language नहीं है, हिंदी भी नहीं है, so don't go wild in the comment section. The book falls in the general category of a Wattpad romance story, where the typical introverted girl falls for the billionaire CEO who is too good to be true. And personally, I don't have anything against them. I bought this book for a reason, that is, I love rom-coms. And I will go through this book, so if you want a spoiler-free review, then go to this timestamp. We begin the book with our female lead, Avni Joshi. Avni, who is a lawyer and works part-time at a bookstore which is owned by her friend's family. And she's like introverted, has only 3 friends, basically like me. But unlike me, she excels at her studies. But we will get back to that. So Avni is in the bookstore working her part-time, and since it is the weekday, there's no rush, so she was reading her book. That's when our main lead enters. Now, our main lead is Aman Raina. Aman is the CEO of a business textile which is founded by his dad, who retired and now lives in Missouri with his wife, who was also a law student. Also has a brother named Gagan, who lives in London now. Aman is the typical star plus son who is super close with his family, especially his mom.
Daddy, chill.
And he can also speak Italian. Remember that because we will get back to it soon. Now, the way Aman is described in the story, that really gave me second-hand embarrassment. Like a page out of a book titled Avni's Wet Dream about hot boys.
Ew.
Now, this book is set in India. The characters are Indian. Both of our leads have Indian heritage. And we generally have brown eyes. Like, I don't know what Avni meant when she said he couldn't have brown eyes, could he? It is literally the first chapter and Avni is already head over heels for him. Like, personally, I don't like it when the author rushes a meet cute moment. Like, what do you mean? They just met and Avni is already in love with him. It shows there's no personality of them, no connection, no depth. Like, really shallow if you ask me. Next chapter, we get a time skip, and this happens a lot in this book. We get a lot of time skips. Anyways, it's been a week and Aman have not yet visited the library, the bookstore again. But still, Avni cannot help but think of him all the time. But today is the lucky day for our girl because Mr. Rude Hot Guy, her words, completely her words, graces us with his presence, and Avni, like our female lead she acts all clumsy and disoriented, and he goes to buy children's book when they get into a misunderstanding when he rudely says that he's buying a book for his nephew, and he says, I'm worried that when she grows up, she's going to turn into a nerd who works at a bookstore or something. Okay, so that's not a very good thing to say, is it? So obviously, Avni snaps at him and leaves him with his change. In the next chapter, Avni goes to the bookstore's cafe and there we get another meet cute with Aman. Finally, Avni gets to know his name. That's when she looks him up on the internet. She practically sees his unseen photos, his dogs, his house, everything. Like, that's some really hardcore stalking there. In the cafe, we get some cute chit chat between them, and Avni invites Aman to the happy hours. The whole happy hour situation did not make any sense to me. Like, I do get it that bookstore can be turned into a cafe. It happens. But what do you mean now the bookstore can turn into a cafe, into a bar? Does not make any sense. In the happy hour, Aman and Avni are shouting their conversation because of the loud music that is playing on and they cannot hear each other. That is when Aman, unfortunately poor Aman, he says a line like, only you could make me calm. And that's exactly when the music stops and everyone looks at him because our poor Aman. Soon Avni decides to call it a night, and Aman, being the gentleman he is, he offers her to walk her home. The walk to her apartment is filled with conversation, with like cute chit chat, but nothing in particular. Like, they could have talked about themselves, their lives, their past, but no, they don't. When they finally reach Avni's apartment, Aman asks for her number, which she declines as she tries the whole trying too hard to get situation, and Aman accepts the challenge. Next day, Aman gets a call from his mom and he's like, Ma, I met someone. You met someone for just 3 days. You cannot. Since someone is not a stalker, unlike someone we know, he looks her up on Google, Instagram, and when he cannot find her, he gives up and sulks. Now, he also contemplates about asking his assistant to look up Avni, but he was like, no, let me do it myself. But after 4 days, when Aman did not contact Avni at all, she becomes restless and she has a million of useless thoughts. We also witness Avni's friends calling out the most cringe nicknames for Aman and asking Avni about it. The nicknames goes like hot boy,
Ew.
steel buns, brown-eyed babe cutlet,
Ugh.
like that kind of nicknames. Unable to resist any longer, Avni looks up Aman's number from the customer register and she sends him a text. 2 days roll by, yet no reply from Aman's side. And she's in her classes when she's like, no, let me gather some self-esteem. Finally, he's like, no, this is like I'm showing too much of an effort. So she thinks in her head that she will take a step back. But that's when her friend texts her that Aman is in the bookstore. And obviously, like the sensible person she is, she asks her professor for a leave and she runs to the bookstore. In the bookstore, she takes 5 minutes to compose herself. That's when the smell of aftershave hits her. Now, let me tell you something. The word aftershave has been mentioned 22 times in the book. This man has to be bathing in aftershave for him to make the whole bookstore, the cafe, the whole thing to smell like aftershave. Anyways, there she goes, Avni goes and sits beside Aman. And like adults, they don't talk again. They do awkward sitting thing. It's Martin, Avni's another friend, who comes and resolves their issues. Like it is he who clarifies for Aman's lack of response. But anyways, now that Martin have resolved their miscommunication, our main leads can finally go to have their Italian dinner. The whole ride to the dinner is filled with complete silence because Avni is not talking with Aman, but Aman magically gets to know what Avni is thinking. After that, we reach the restaurant where they are sitting at a very corner, Amir Log, and the waiter comes in to take their order where he speaks in Italian. Yes, the waiter speaks in Italian with Aman, who again, as I said, Aman knows Italian. I don't know which restaurant gets their waiter to talk in Italian. In the dinner, Aman, after ordering for both of them, we get a funny conversation between him and Avni where Avni is like, she finds Italian men hot and asks Aman to get her the waiter's number. Aman shows Avni photos of his dogs and remember the whole phone number thing where Avni texted Aman? So that phone number was not Aman's. He gave his drivers or cooks, I don't know, the author was also confused, I think. So Avni ended up texting his cook or the driver, and Aman did not receive any message from Avni. Next day, Aman calls Avni up and he's like, I miss you, let's go on a date. And Avni is like, no, we are going too fast, so let's slow it down a bit. But Aman gives an excuse that he is throwing a party for his friend who is moving abroad and invites Avni over. In the party scene, Avni arrives with Martin and there she meets with Aman's friends who demeans her because she works at a bookstore. It's really rude. Like, you don't do that kind of stuff to someone you just met. But anyways, we go to the next chapter because Avni has a blackout, she drinks a lot and forgets about the whole night. The only thing she remembers is that she licked someone's biceps. Aman visits Avni and cooks her breakfast, and for the first time Avni shares about her life with Aman. She says that she used to live with her grandma who lives in Pune now and does not mention anything about her family. Now, here's the thing which I did not like here, because we don't get any information about Avni. Even Aman does not ask Avni about her life, like about her parents, about why she lives apart from her grandmother, nothing of that sort. After that, they kiss and Aman drops the bomb on Avni by asking her to be his girlfriend. To which Avni does not give an yes or no answer. She just gets up and leaves Aman. Avni calls Martin to calm her nerves about the dinner, and Martin, being the sensible guy he is, he's like, calm down, don't worry, everything will work out, go with your gut. And let me tell you, at this point, everyone in Avni's group is sensible enough, adult enough, except for Aman and Avni. We get to the dinner scene where Aman apologizes. Now Avni says she has some issues, clearly, and but she likes him. She does say that she likes him. After a few days rolls by, they go to Aman goes to a business trip and Avni goes to a friend's trip. After that, they go on a impromptu visit to Avni's grandma in Pune, which is cute. But again, there also Avni's grandma does not tell Aman about their past or anything. It's just a visit where they chill, hang out. Aman के पास पैसा है, Avni के पास पढ़ाई नहीं है. But we will go there soon. We are reaching that point. It is September, and guess what? Who got her semester results back? Not me. It's Avni. And our excellent student who used to excel at her studies has failed. Not 1, not 2, but 3 out of 5 subjects. Now, I'm not saying that it is bad or anything. No. She was touring around. She was having fun, and out of nowhere, now she calls Martin up and she's like, I cannot do this with Aman. Mera boards aa raha hai. I have to break up with him. She calls up Maya, another of her friend who is sensible. Like I said, everyone is sensible. So she's like, it's fine. Now your grades are low, but I know you can do it. You can study well. And that's when our female lead is like, oh no, the hit of realization. That is it. This man is it for me. She calls Aman up and says that I failed my exams, and Aman, being a very gentleman he says that don't worry, I will manage a tutor for you. I have sources and all that stuff. Ameer. And then Avni says that is the offer of being your girlfriend still stands. 2 seconds before, she was talking with his friend about breaking up, how she cannot do this with Aman, and now she's like, can I be your girlfriend? So, even I don't get that kind of split personality. Aman hangs up. He does not give an yes or no, just like made for each other. Both of them are made for each other. Next thing we know, Avni goes to Martin and she's like, hanged up. And Aman shows up. They kiss in the public. They were kissing in the bookstore. Energy nahi hai. Now, see, this scene could have been cute, like really cute, but this disappointed me. We get 2 to 3 chapters of them being in relationship, their dating era, and then Aman's parents hold a anniversary kind of thing in Mussoorie, so they travel to Mussoorie in private jet. Both of Aman's parents are really welcoming towards Avni. They are Star Plus family. Our Gagan, he's our Gagan. Gagan is also there, but he is late, so we will get the scene of Gagan in the next chapters. In this chapter, we get what Shakespeare wished he wrote. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Next day rolls by. So it is the morning, we are at the breakfast. Gagan is there and he asks the normal question. He asks Avni, what does she do? Aman's dad steps in and says, don't be rude to the guest. How was it rude to... Gagan and Aman are chatting. Gagan is like, please rethink your choices, because remember the last time you went into a relationship with someone named Achal? Apparently he was very heartbroken to the point he had to stay with Gagan in London. And Aman is like, no, Avni is not like that. Avni is not like the other girls. She is not. Then Gagan shows up to Avni's room. He also tells this to Avni that don't get your hopes too high, you will be disappointed, you are not the right woman for Aman, so just enjoy your time while you are here, but remember that the future is not set, you are not going to marry into our family. So after that, Avni is heartbroken, she is like insecure. It's like, how can someone say that to me, our frail Avni? The party rolls in and Aman leaves Avni to get her a drink, and that's when Gagan again approaches Avni. This is also the part where we get to know that Avni is bad with confrontation. You are a lawyer. You are a lawyer and you are bad with confrontations. Yes. Gagan is there. He's like, what do you do? What about your parents? What do your parents do? And she's like really uncomfortable with answering them. And Aman also steps in and he's like, don't ask her this question. But Gagan is like, do you even know the answers to them? You are her boyfriend, and you clearly don't have any clue about that. So they leave, and Aman is really angry on Gagan. He's like, how can you make my girlfriend feel like? Gagan is like, do Avni's friends know her better than you do? Logic question, logic way of handling things. But no, Aman is like, no, what you did is wrong. But deep down, Aman is like questioning him now. Aman is irritated. He is like truth hurts, obviously. But he goes to Avni. You might think that he is going to Avni to ask these questions to finally get the answers. But no, he snaps at Avni. He goes like, please don't make things worse. So Avni goes to her room. She's crying. She's a mess now. She goes to the room, she calls Martin up, and she's talking with Martin when Aman finally realizes that no, what I did is wrong. Let's finally go and talk with Avni. So he opens the door, goes inside, and sees Avni is talking with Martin. This makes him more angry because he's like, why do you call your friends every time something bad happens? She cuts the call with Martin and she faces Aman. To all the questions Aman asks, Avni replies that she was 11 when her parents got divorced, and that's when she started living with her grandma. She used to blame her parents for not trying too hard to keep their marriage till she was old enough to deal with the trauma. And last year, her mom died of heart attack and her father died of car accident. Like, to be honest, this is all lazy writing in my opinion. What can the cause of Avni's bad character be? Let's just say her parents died. After this whole segment, Avni asks Aman to let her go, and he does. After that, we get a time skip of a whole 3 months. Avni is now living with her grandma. She has completed her degree. She did distance study. She also joined therapy, which she should have done at the very beginning. Now it is the graduation day, and obviously she goes to the university to get the degree, and that's when Aman is there wearing a suit, all happy. How can you be happy after 3 months? Okay, after that they just kiss, they hug. If you ask me if they stay together or not, definitely not. They definitely break up, like maybe in a month or so. Final thoughts on this book is the book is super fast. You can read it easily without, like, you don't need any brain cell to read it.